All right.
All right. Hey, you. I'm a little bit nervous.
This is our first video
Together.
sans cheveux. It's not our first video together. We have a
Since
whole
we
library of videos together.
Yeah? Okay.
You can
Focus.
touch it. Should we?
Can I touch it?
Yep.
Okay. I'm a little bit afraid.
I was too. That's why I told you to do it.
You ready?
Not really. I'm ready. Are you sweaty?
Yes, because of you. Hey friends, welcome back to our channel.
Welcome back to our channel. Our first tea video without hair. Or at least with very little hair. That is not the focus of this video, however.
Today we're tasting a specialty that is made by us. By us means Phil, I, and
The people who were with us on Tea Trip 2025. We had a great time making this tea, and it's...
and with the help by ZhenTea as well as the tea producer. But
I would say a good amount of help. In terms of the how-to, a lot of help. Physically, we did a lot of the work, but we had a little bit of backup, didn't we? We'll explain it as we go. It's super exciting. Should we tell them what kind of tea it is?
oh right, this one is a Tie Guan Yin. I'm a little bit rusty.
Oh, it's okay. I want to tell them one more thing.
Oh, okay.
For those of you that don't know, Tie Guan Yin, and by the way, this was handmade, okay? I put a little air quotes to explain later, stay tuned. But Tie Guan Yin is hard to make. It's physical. It's really tiring. So, just wanted to tell you that.
You said the same thing when you made the green tea too.
Tie Guan Yin is more tiring. Green tea is hot. It burns hands.
Anyway, that's a little bit sidetracked. Let's
much.
get back to tasting this
Let's
tea.
taste this tea.
And no end.
Wait a sec.
What?
There's one more thing that they want to see.
Velcro.
Do it.
Oh right, we're also matches. I'll put fire on it.
We're really prickly, so it feels like striking a match.
So, do you want to look at the leaf? While
I would love to
warm up
look
what you
at,
wear?
smell, observe the leaf. So first I'm going to have a couple looks at the leaf. So this leaf is interesting, to say the least. It's, I would say it's somewhere between a Tie Guan Yin Classic, which is like straight, and it's definitely not rolled into balls. And some of them are a little bit thinnish, almost towards a black tea size, but not quite that thin. Anyway, very interesting. The aroma is really present. No issue detecting the dry leaf. This hasn't even been warmed up. And there's no issue detecting this sort of, like almost like a cookie, like a baked cookie aroma. It's very pleasant aroma.
Now it's even better after it's warm up in the Gaiwan. Oh, much different.
Different?
Yes.
Oh, I'm
Because
interested.
the previous is mostly of the roasting,
Yes.
the sweet, the lovely roasting aroma. Now has more of a
Floral.
floral.
Yeah, the
Right.
floral pops
And
right
it's
out.
that deep, creamy,
Yeah.
sweet floral.
Yeah, Tie Guan Yin floral, like in spades. Really nice. Wow. Okay. Pretty cool. A little light on the Gaiwan lid, but it's just a rinse. Give it a minute. I'll give it a minute. And I think the leaf shape is probably because of the inexperienced makers. Is that possible?
Because we didn't roll enough.
We didn't roll enough.
Yeah.
Remember I said it was hard? That's the really hard part. My God.
Yeah, the enough is sometimes you think, oh, if we roll longer, that's enough. It's not just the time, it's also the pressure and everything.
Yeah, really tricky.
Why I give you that smell of the lid, it was pretty, how should I say, telling, or it represents something in the lid.
I want to know what.
A not well-made tea.
Oh, okay. So that's a note you pick up already. Is it a lack of a note or?
No, it's that how should I say this? So you know when you smell this kind of tea and stuff, it's a complex smell. It's a mix of everything, right? So sometimes I talk about complexity vis-a-vis chaos.
Right.
And this is what it is now. It has a lot of element. It's chaotic.
Right.
It has
it's not
that,
complex. It's chaotic.
Over-down element. It has that under-down element. It's chaotic.
It's all over the map.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Really hot.
Yeah.
The liquor has a nice aroma. Back to that sort of roasty,
nice color
cookie.
too.
It is a nice, pretty deep gold color.
Mm-hmm. And I found I slightly overbrewed it because I had a sip.
I'm holding on because it's really hot.
Really
I
hot.
can barely hold the cup. It's so hot. That's a real fresh boil we used.
It's It's still very good.
Yeah, like you said, a little strong, but the floral is there. I don't get That's funny that you would chuckle because it's pleasant, but I know after you say it's chaotic, I see what you mean. Even the liquor aroma is fairly chaotic.
Right? And it has that it's not dried enough kind of smell too. It's really interesting. Here is the thing, when I'm describing this, because I'm only picking up the negative, it doesn't change that it still has a lot of creaminess, it still has a lot of floral. You look at this tea, you taste this tea, it's a Tie Guan Yin.
Yeah.
It's not a question that, oh, is it Dantong or anything. No, it's not.
Definitely a Tie Guan Yin. It has a little edge on it, a little bit of a bite. I think it's brewed pretty strong, but even
it's because the tea is not so easy. Unlike a lot of people think, like the fact is, the lower the grade of the tea, the harder to brew. You gotta really tune for it to hide its shortcomings and trying to accentuate what it's good at. While with good teas, you don't have to try hard. So with this one, what happens is, why I feel like it's overbrewed, because it's bitter, astringent, it's very present. But is it overbrewed in the aroma, in the pleasant nose side? No, I think that side is great. So to hide what I think is the not so pleasant element in this tea, I'll brew it lighter with the sacrifice on the flip side, the good, yeah.
But it does have the nice floral, that creamy, a little bit of a bite, a little bit of, like you said, a little bit of bitterness. Not getting as much astringency, but a little bit of a bite. But it still has those orchidy, gardenia, creamy floral on the liquor aroma. It's really nice.
Yes. It has almost a little bit of a hint of Darjeeling. That first flush Darjeeling, that bite thing, because of the rawness of it.
Yeah, it has that bite, but without the hard wither aspect. Just the bite. The toothiness. Really nice color.
Yeah.
Bright gold. Clear. Brilliant liquor.
Raw peanut.
Oh, really?
Somehow.
Cool.
Just right away, like, I think of a raw peanut.
Definitely.
This tea Did I mention that? I don't think we mentioned that. It's made by a bunch of people, us, not just two of us. Actually, I was the least who worked on this tea.
I was going to expose you shortly because that was hard work.
I barely did much. So it's mostly the participants of the tea trip. Mostly actually is my mom and the producer Yang. I feel like they work.
I think after the hours you did a little fixing, right?
They did a lot of fixing and the Korean stuff. We did most in the rolling and some of the stuff.
Yeah. And just for temporal context, because the video will live forever, this is the Tea Trip 2025.
Oh, right.
Just because that might matter in a few years.
Yes.
And yes, I felt like we did a lot of the work, but I guess we had some assistance behind the scenes. But we, even pluck? Did we use our own pluck?
We did some of our own pluck.
But we mixed it. We needed more volume.
And we mixed with some other ones. Yes.
Anyway, the rolling really sticks with me because that's the part where you sweat buckets. Oh boy. And insufficient roll. And
we learned that if you're a baker, you have a major advantage in making tea, especially oolong tea.
And I'll throw in a little something, not just because physically, you know, from the kneading, you've got the strength and the skill, but you also have a couple other really handy things. You have the tactile feedback. You're used to feeling how things feel under your hand and how they smell, which is both
yes, those are very important.
Very important, which you might not think about in tea making if you've never made it. Because you're doing this, suddenly you're doing it and you're suffering, you're sweating, and you're wondering, when can I stop? And the answer is, it depends how it smells. And it's not just how it smells and time, it's the look. And it's also, you got to get it to smell right quick enough. You don't have all day and all night. You can't just be lower effort longer.
It's very precision. It's hard to imagine it's a precision work. Yeah.
Nice tune-up. Right, a little bit less brew.
So that unpleasant thing is less. But I definitely feel the sacrifice of aroma and the thickness. I really love that Tie Guan Yin, that creamy floral with the depth in it. And so it's a little bit of sacrifice of those elements in this brew.
So the next time you taste a Tie Guan Yin that has all of those elements just really nicely balanced, just think how much effort and skill went into dialing that in.
And of course, not all Tie Guan Yin is handmade.
That's right. I was about to...
Because I was like, hey, machine made.
I was about to shamelessly plug our website. If to taste a Tie Guan Yin like that, check the link below, go to our website and buy any one of those Tie Guan Yins. They're all supremely well made. The Tie Guan Yin Classic is one of your favorites. I love the Autumn Premium. That's one of my favorites. I hope it's still available. If not, sign up for the email to get more and maybe we'll get some more.
The very interesting thing of this tea is after we're done this tea, so we brew up and everybody who participated in the process had a little taste. And one comment really stuck with me. They're like, oh, this is really delicious. This is really nice tea. I think that is very interesting in the sense that I always tell people, tea is tea. You dry it with or without something, you brew it, it has some taste, it's pretty good. And I think that process also shows like how much we kind of mess up this tea. It doesn't matter, once it's dried, you taste it. If you don't know what you're tasting, like if you're not appraise the tea, you only wanted to have, oh, there's a flavor, there's aroma, there's this and those elements, you will definitely find this as a very lovely tea. It still has an aroma, that's what I mean. Like
and
why,
flavor.
You have all of those. And that's why sometimes I get frustrated because I've tasted so many loose leaf tea that is such low quality, lower than tea bag, but with a loose leaf
premium loose leaf price.
Stuff. Because of that, at some point I feel brutal to say it, but I want to say it that the producer have no credit. They have taste, they taste okay only because the tea, this plant itself, has this quality.
Right, the plant brought everything to the table.
Right, we can bring people who just roughly know the process, bring them along to the process, end up with something like this, which tastes much better than a lot of loose leaf premium tea that I tasted. That kind of shows something. Maybe it's hard, maybe I didn't emphasize that at the moment. It just clicked. I didn't know why that just comment got my attention so much. But upon reflection, I realized that is kind of why. It's a hard message to pass through. And when the participants, they tasted, those people are tea lovers. They drink tea for many years. They're really into tea. That's why they're with us. And they still think, oh, this is really nice. We made a really nice tea.
Yeah.
Which is great. Like, you love the tea. I always say you love the tea. That is great. But from the pro perspective, this, I think
I know what you're trying to say. I'm going to try and rephrase it. I think that's why a lot of you guys out there are here, because you're also tea lovers. And like we always say, like, if you like the tea, that's a good tea. And that's true up until a point, but we also try on this channel to give you guys enough information and enough knowledge about tea to help make sure you're getting the right value, because I feel like that's also important. And that's kind of what we're talking about here, is getting, if you're going to pay a good tea price, we'd like you guys to know it's a good tea. And on our website you can always get a good tea, but it's helpful to learn some of the tricks and tips. So I think that's sort of the vibe of what you're trying to say.
I don't think I have much of the point. It's just a chit chat as I'm tasting this tea and stuff.
I guess the other point is the tea brings a lot to the table. Tea makes a fairly pleasant brew. We've even tasted one of the sort of new things that came out was a raw leaf just brewed for its health benefits, and it was it was awful, but also drinkable and had the flavor of tea, right? It was really weird. But it was basically just a raw leaf brewed. Woo.
What?
I said woo, kind of weirdly at the end, I thought, but it's okay. I think they're used to it by now, my little quirks, right? Leave a comment if you're used to my quirky reactions. Okay.
Anyways, how do you think of the tea?
I also really like it.
I really think I'm getting better at brewing it. The first brew was like...
Oh, yes.
You know how I would brew Oolong, how I would brew Tie Guan Yin of this kind of thing. And then to me this better.
But you're not wrong too. The bite is really reduced, the sort of the unpleasant edginess, but so is that beautiful creaminess. Like, it's just, this tea is not going to give you both.
Yes.
You're going to have to choose. If you can tolerate the bite, then you're going to have the creamy. If you cannot, pass on the creamy tea. So I also noticed this tea is giving you pretty good number of infusions too, right? I think we're on 4 or 5.
This is the 4th, I think.
Yeah, so pretty good flavor, pretty nice color still. I think for us, we're going to continue to brew it, continue to sip, or maybe not, but we're going to wrap up either way.
Or maybe not.
Maybe not. Yeah, we'll see how. Like, you've dialed it in. I'm actually enjoying the sip.
Yeah, it's getting better.
But we'll leave you with that. Leave your comments down below if you have any questions about this tea or the tea trip. Actually, I should refer you to a video that we did about tea trip. So if you've heard about the tea trip for the first time in this video and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to learn more, we have a video with like sort of the basic information about what is tea trip and what you could expect on such an amazing outing.
We're planning a next one too. We had so much fun in this tea trip, and I'm still thinking how to share this trip, this experience with you. Like,
yeah. So I would like to encourage you to subscribe, click the notify button if you want to see more about this trip, because we're going to figure out how to share that with you guys in YouTube land. It won't be as awesome as being there, so check out that other video too to see about how to be there and how to join us on an epic tea trip. And until next time,
keep steeping.
Keep steeping.